Good time of day, be it morning, afternoon, or night. My name is Username here, and welcome to a video in which I probably shouldn't have screamed the intro usually, because this will be one of those just kind of spontaneous, spur of the moment. I got an idea, I'm gonna do it. We're gonna relax a little bit. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the lovely city of Stillwater. What time is it in-game currently? It's almost 4 in the morning in-game. Fantastic. Ooh, there's a Betsy right here. I wish this. I wish for this. Please. I wish for this. Please. Please. Thank you. Isn't that guy one of the Hitman targets, actually? Oh. Because if you're not aware, the Hitman targets are actually just NPC types, and you have to go find that NPC type and kill that specific NPC type, which means you can theoretically see multiple of the same Hitman target at once, and also see them after you've finished Hitman, like myself. On that note, Hitman... Was that? Yeah, I think that might have been Dawn. They're, Yeah, I think this might be Dawn over here. Yeah, I think that's Dawn's model. Hi, Dawn. How you doing? He's having a fun time. It's kind of weird that his name is Dawn, considering that Dawn's about to break. Here, hang on. Hold on. Dawn is about to break, ladies and gentlemen. Dawn broke. Look at that. Dawn is breaking as well. Let me grab this money without getting run over. That's nice. Anyway, so, what's the title for this video? I have no idea. How about the title is like Saints Row? Yeah, my Cardinales vehicle collection. Because, fun fact. Oh, right, I have to drive out to the... I want to show my garage and the vehicles I currently have in it. Except I want to do it at this specific rib jobs because it's one of my favorites because it's got a nice, cozy parking lot right in front of it. Yeah, so this video is called My Cardinales Vehicle Collection because I am insane and stupid and I need help. Because it's been 2 months since I've gotten this game, and I still haven't done Abandoned Storefront yet. Because I've just been collecting Cardinales vehicles. By the way, for anyone who speaks Spanish viewing me, anyone who's watching me who speaks Spanish, I'm so sorry butchering that pronunciation. But, you know, it's been about 2 months since I got this game working and got this game on PC. Here on this emulator. Please refer to earlier videos for explanations on how that's going. It's been about 2 months, and all I've been doing I've just been collecting vehicles. I've just been collecting vehicles. That's all I've been doing, is collecting vehicles. Because I decided that I wanted to have my garage sorted, because in this game, as much as it's incredible that you have a garage system with 64 slots, by the way, as amazing as that is, the one issue with that is that you can't sort it. It's sorted by the order in which you put things in the garage. Is that a hearse? It was a hearse. Interesting. Rare hearse spot. Nice. Anyway. So, the garage is sorted based on the order that you got things in, so I was in this... Because, so I basically got in my head, how about I just get all the stuff that I want? Sky Roller, yeah. How about I just get all the stuff that I want now before I start the game so that it can be all ordered and not messed up by the reward vehicles that you get for completing and going through the main story. I've decided I want to do the Cardinales first, but I decided I wanted to get all the Cardinales gang vehicles first as well. So that's just what I've been doing. I got the law enforcement vehicles, they're all at the beginning, and then I just got a whole bunch of Cardinales vehicles. So, are you guys ready to laugh at me? Are you guys ready to laugh at me for about 90 minutes? So, alright, yeah. These cars aren't just I ran out to go get them, took me 2 minutes. I actually had to put in a lot of effort for these cars. So, for starters, we have 5.0s, 3 of them, with the combinations that I like. We have the big push bar, the spotlight, the LED light bar, and of course they have the number 17 on them, which is my favorite number, or my favorite 2-digit number. This one is the same as the previous one, except it has different rims. In fact, I will take them both out to show you that they in fact have 2 different rims. Freaking stupid video. But hey, I mean, this is honestly the kind of stuff that I enjoy making, just long-form, relaxed content, spend time with me for an hour. So here you go. Yeah, so you can see these have the 2 different rim types. I started the game knowing that I wanted my #1 favorite vehicle that I always wanted and am actually going to use at the very top, which is this one. It's the police car, because I'm going to use that a lot. I actually already finished all the races with this. Yeah, you will see that I have a permanent 50% discount. That is because I finished all the races in the game. And I used this. It was at the top. My favorite vehicle. If I back in and then get out, I will fall over on my face and be able to put it back in the garage like that. Yep. Maybe I would have better luck at a dealer. I've been hearing that so often recently. Do the same thing for this one. Get bonk my head again. Alright. So I initially started by grinding for the police car, pretty much, so that I would get both of these. And because, what happened was I got the 17 one. Alright, I got the 17 one. And then I got the 55. Was that how it? Oh, right. I wanted this one. This one, which has 55, which is my second favorite 2-digit number. And has the same customization. I got this one before the 17 one, so it was at the top of the list. So I had to grind to get this one again so that it would be further down the list. And I'm very silly for doing that. But ultimately, as a result, that took way too long, like literal days, just to get these 3 police cars, because I had to grind a lot in order to get them, because I think it's like a 1 in 1,600 chance to get the exact combination you want. Yeah, what's a 50% chance for the light bar, the spotlight, 50% chance for the spotlight, 50% chance for the light bar, 33% chance for the push bar, because there's 3 options, 50% for the rims, but that didn't really mean anything to me, and then 1% chance for the number. Now multiply all that. What's the ultimate number you get? I think it's around like 1,200, 1,600. 1 in 1,600 chance to have a police car spawn in this exact combination. But I wanted this exact combination. And then I wanted 2 other of this exact combination. So now I have 3 police cars. Nice. I have the 17 one, that's perfect with everything I want. I have the 55 one, and then I have this one that I happen to get that has the other rim. Nice. I also got an interest. I put it right here because, you know, it's one of the Crown Vic models, so why not? It's one of I think it's called the Alex S, that car, technically. The fake Crown Vic, the one used for the 5.0 interest in taxi, yep. So I got the interest, it's next to the 5.0s. The Peacekeeper, naturally, the SWAT truck. Casting a very large shadow in here. I don't think this thing has any variations, which is great, because I do not freaking want to grind for it. And then, we have 2 FBIs. Those are both the same, by the way. I'm not going to show the other one. And then we just have 2 FBIs, because it's the final of the 3 law enforcement vehicles that spawn during heat. So I got 2 of those. The reason there's 2 instead of 1 is because I got 1, and then I got another one. And I thought, you know what? Sure. I put in the effort to get 2. I might as well keep 2. Then, we have the rest of my garage, which, as you can see, I've been putting a lot of work in. A lot of work in. Oh, wow. Everyone is now immediately laughing at me or is actually concerned for my mental well-being, and I do not blame you. You know what makes it even worse? Do you know why there's a Hollywood right at the top? 2 reasons. 1, this is my favorite Cardinales vehicle out of all of them. Every single one of them. And, 2, I did this all already. And I got a bunch of cars that I liked. But then I found this one. This Cavallaro. Because this Cavallaro is unmodified. All the other vehicles, unless stated otherwise, are modified. Sort of. They're authentic. It's theoretically possible to get this exact combination because I didn't change the colors. Here, I'll show you. Actually, wait. So if you're trying to get Cardinales vehicles, essentially, it's a bit different for every vehicle, but if you're trying to get them, then generally you can't touch the colors. You have to, like, roll for the color you want, because if I try to set the interior color to something different, you will notice that even though the interior color is black, it's changing color every time I back out. Because the in-game black is not the exact same black as the interior. No, I do not want to leave. That's the same for the gold color. You would think that it would be the same gold color as this, but it's kind of not. It's not exactly the same. It's a little hard to see, but it's not exactly the same. Same for the trim color. If I set it to this gold. It's not the exact same. I think it changed it there a little bit. And the body color especially. Wait. I get to, yeah, to the red one. The color that they give you, which is meant to be the Carnalis red, is completely wrong, as you can see. It is completely wrong. That is incorrect. So, if you want to just get a normal Carnalis vehicle, a normal vehicle that is used by the Carnalis, and turn it into a Carnalis vehicle, it would not be authentic because the colors are not the exact same. So that's why I spent all this grinding, pretty much, because I had to roll for the color combinations I wanted, and then, after that, pretty much modify the car to the way I want it to be, with each wheel, with whatever wheel I wanted, and whichever body mod I wanted. So as I was saying, that's why I went through all that. But as I was saying, I actually did it all already. I got a bunch of Cavalleros, a bunch of La Fuerzas, a bunch of Vegases, a bunch of Hollywoods, some Betsies. But then I found this. Because this specific car, please, because this specific car spawned like this. This is unaltered. I did not touch this car's, I did not touch any of the body mods for this car. None of them at all. So I essentially just found a Cavallaro that was customized perfectly to my liking, because this is what I like and what I would prefer it to look like. And so, after I did all that, I knew I wanted this one to be at the top of the list. I wanted it to be the top of the list of the Cavallaro section, essentially. So I deleted all of the, like, 50 Cardinalis vehicles I got, and then started again. And that's why there's a Hollywood up here, because that's the only one from that first batch that I kept, because this one is in the Hollywood configuration that I prefer the most. That being white interior, no exhaust glitch, we'll get into that. There is a license plate, no glitch there, we'll get into that. White interior, license plate, hot rod exhaust, which is the ones that are along the side. Black secondary, red primary, gold trim. Essentially, the reason I spent so long on this is because, unlike, you know, Just Cause 1 or the early GTA games, you can't just get one gang car and say, alright, I have a copy of the gang car. Because there's so many different variations and configurations, some of which you can just modify with the body mod section. Others are unique colors that you can't replicate. So I essentially just wanted, like, one of most configurations. Not every single one. Like, for example, the Cavallaro can spawn with a really ugly yellow interior. I chose not to get one of those. So not every single one, but yeah, this is generally why. So, we'll come back to the Hollywood. So first of all, firstly, here's the Cavallaro. The first Cavallaro on the list, this one's mine. It has all my perfect, pretty much, it's in my perfect configuration that I like, except for the fender skirts. But it did spawn with fender skirts, and I can just take them off. It's free to do that, so I left them on because it's free to change that. This, what I'm currently driving, is my preferred Cardinalis Cavallaro configuration. We have gold trim, completely black interior, pretty much. I think one of the interior sections is like gray too, but it's unnoticeable. If I change this to a convertible, we will be able to see. Yeah, the back there is sort of a different black color, but that's not really noticeable when you have the roof on it, so that's fine. You have these specific rims, that hood, that grille, that front bumper, that rear bumper, etc. And overall, this is just my favorite combination, and it's spawned exactly like that, which makes me very happy. That one is the only one that's unaltered, unless stated otherwise. This one is sort of the same thing as that. It's got the same rims, except it's the Flames configuration. You'll notice this one has a red interior and the Flames decal. That's essentially how it is. You know, the Cardinalis Cavallaro can have both those different decals, and I just kind of got a variant for both. I kind of got a variant for both decals with every rim. So, like, hang on. There's the Lowrider lines, then there's the Muscle Flames. We're just going to call them the lines and the flames. So what I essentially did was, I like them both and I couldn't decide, so I essentially just got a version of the Cavallaro with every one of these rims, except this one. Except this one, but it can't spawn with this one. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Freaking flashy rips look weird. So essentially that's 5 times 2. Yeah, I have 10 Cavallaros. I have 10, and it's essentially that it's one for every one of those 5 out of 6 rims that the Carnalis Cavallaro can spawn with, and one with the lines and one with the flames. And then there's a couple with silver trim as well, because that is also a thing. So yeah, here's lines with that rim, flames with that rim. This one is flames with the lowrider rims. This one is flames with the muscle rims, the other muscle rims. This one's lines with the other muscle rims. This one's lines with the lowrider rims. Here's that other unique rim with the white wall tires. Not really a huge fan of that. If I get really pressed for space, I might get rid of this one, because I'm not really a huge fan of this one specifically. And then here's the 2 different flashy ones. You'll notice these both have the flashy rims, and this one has flames, and this one has the lowrider. Also, you will also notice everyone that has the flames on it also has the red interior, because I thought it made sense, and I like the red interior. I put way too much freaking effort into this. Oh, this one has the fender skirt on the back, too. I usually take that off, because I think it looks stupid, but this one has the fender skirt. Well, yeah, that actually makes sense. I think that's alright to be on this one, because it kind of fits with the flashy ones a little bit. The flashy rims, I mean. So then there's that. So yeah, none of these freaking 12 Cavalleros are the same, hence why I have 12 of them. And you have that. Oh, and then there's this one. This one is this one also spawned the exact way that it is. It's got sort of a light gray interior. This one is also similar to my exact perfect configuration that I like, except the interior color is gray instead of black, and also the rear bumper is different, but I chose to keep this one as well. In fact, actually, now that I think of it, right, yeah. So, this one, and this one, and this one are both perfectly customized to my liking. I found them exactly like that, and that made me very happy, so I kept them. The one difference, though, I will show you, is that, actually, truthfully, might as well take the fender skirts off the other one. Remember, they spawned with fender skirts, but I can just take them off whenever they want. It would still be authentic. It would still be theoretically a random combination that the game can give you, because the fender skirts are actually only a 60% chance to be applied, I believe. There's a 40% chance they don't have it. Okay, take those off. So yeah, these are all the exact same. These are the exact same, except the interior color is a bit different, so it's nice to have one with gray and one with black. And also, they have 2 different rear bumpers. And technically, they actually had each other's rear bumper, but I swapped them. I think that's fair, because I like this one more, so I put this one on the top one with the black interior, even though it actually spawned with this bumper. And this car spawned with this rear bumper, and this car spawned with this rear bumper, but I swapped them. I think that's fair. No one is going to arrest me for that. Alright, I just freaking hit my head again. Hey, you want to play a fun drinking game? Take a shot every time I bonk my head in this. Every time I get bowled over by the car door. That will happen a lot. Anyway, please, let me in. Thank you. So yeah, those are the Cavalleros. Nice. That's the Cavallaro done. That's the Cavallaro section. These are also sorted. You will notice that these, the first, I think I have 12, yeah, the first 10 are the ones with gold trim, and then the last 2 are ones with silver trim. As you can tell, I don't really like the silver trim that much, so I only kept 2. But it is a combination, so I kept it. Here's silver trim with muscle rims. And it's a very muscly looking car, different combinations, that sort of thing. And then there's this one, which is another muscly version, which has the flames, which is also muscly. Nice. Oh, excuse me. Thank you. Nice. So that's the Cavallaro section. And yeah, these are all technically authentic, as in these are. I technically changed them. Like some of them might have had the convertible roof. I technically changed them, but they're also still authentic because I never altered the colors, so these are theoretically possible combinations that the Carnalis vehicles can spawn with. And of course, who has the time to freaking roll for all of these? Oh yeah, I just realized the ones with flash rims have the fender skirts, yeah. Because I think the fender skirts look a bit stupid, but they also look neat in their own way, so I decided to keep them on the flashy rim cars here. Alright, next up is the La Fuerza! And you can tell, it's kind of my least favorite of the 5. So this one, same as before, it's my preferred configuration. It's theoretically a possible combination as well, that sort of thing. It's got a gray interior. There's a lot of different interiors this specific car can spawn with, but this one has a gray interior because I like that. It's got the rims I like. It's got the lowrider lines. And then Something weird about the La Fuerza as well. It secretly has this darker color right here. Like, here's this normal red, and then here's this darker red. I didn't know it had that. It's a little weird. There's like a dark red, and then there's a maroon. So here's my version that has a maroon, and with a maroon interior as well, and as you can see, also the flames. Also different rims, and also the hood intake. This is just one of those cases of there's so many different versions I can't decide. How about I just get all of them? So, yeah. So there's that. And then obligatory, because it is one of the possible configurations. Here's one that has silver trim. And also this other weird decal on the bottom. Also the lowrider rims. And another red interior. So yeah, those are the La Fuerzas. Those are my least favorite. You can tell because I only have 3 of them instead of the rest. Unlike the Cavaleros, in which I have 12, and the Hollywoods, of which I have... there's one up top. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. Yeah, I have 22 Hollywoods. Is someone calling law enforcement so I can get arrested for being insane? That makes sense. You know, all I have to do if I ever get arrested for a crime, I can just plead insanity and show the judge this. They will be like, oh my god, I'm so sorry, you aren't in a mental institution. Anyway, so the Vegas. Let's start with the Vegas. Similar sorting. My favorite ones are on the top, and my least... my favorite one... Well, this is a bit different. My favorite one, my absolute favorite one is at the top. That's how these all work. Like, these are my preferred ones. And then the rest are just different versions, and there's silver at the bottom, that sort of thing. So this one also took an embarrassingly long time to roll for, because I will show you using the other one. God. Nope. This one. Oh, this one's glitched, by the way. This one has 2 different grill options applied at once. And then if I try to set... Well, it's fixed now. But then if I try to set a grill, I believe... No. Okay, well, it's fixed now. Never mind. Yeah, it has a glitch there. Anyway, this one is interesting because it's a convertible for a very specific reason. So, on the Vegas, there are 3 different decals that they can have. They can have this weird flower thing, they can have this white stripe, or they can have all these random black stripes. You see the little thing on the roof? You see the little thing on the C-pillar? Not the roof, the C-pillar right there? For those that don't know what a C-pillar is, I will show you. Hang on. This is a C-pillar. That's what I'm currently aiming at. See this little black curve right there? That cannot be removed, and it spawns on cars that have this black decal setting. So as in, this car is a convertible because it has that permanently applied, even though I prefer it to have the lowrider white stripe, and so I have the convertible here like that. This is my convertible Vegas. It's an excuse, essentially, to make a convertible Vegas like that. And also, since this one has the broken grille, it's unique, so I keep it because it's unique and it's glitched. With that in mind, there's a very specific variation of car that I tried to roll for that took a long time. This one, because this one has a black interior and a black roof as a secondary color. The other one had a red roof and a red interior. For some reason, it took a long freaking time, because for some reason, as the Canales vehicles get higher in the heat level, as they get further along, so the Cavallaro up to the Betsy and Hollywood. For the Cavallaro, the gold trim is more common, but as you go on, it becomes less common and the silver becomes more common. So getting this car in this exact combination with the black decals, because it spawned with those, with the black decals... and with the gold trim, and what I call the double black, because it has the black interior and the black roof, because those are both 2 different rolls. Getting this car in this specific configuration took an unbelievably long time. Don't look at me, it was pain. But now I have it, and it looks very nice in my opinion. We got all these little parts around there. We got the nice little rims. We got the gold trim, the black roof, the black interior, the black stripes in the center. Ironically, it took me a long time to get this one specifically because it's at the top of the list because I rolled to get this one first. But then I found 3 more. You'll see them. Which is freaking hilarious. Also, I don't think in... let me wait. Oh. I don't know if the little line on the top actually applies two cars that just spawn with a different roof color. If they spawn with a red roof color, then, yeah, see, if they spawn with a red roof color, then they get that little stripe on the C-pillar, and you can't remove it. But if they spawn with a black one, it's not there. So, yeah, you can tell this car spawned with that black decal, which is ridiculous. Hilarious. Don't mind me just scrolling through my freaking Hollywood bank. So yeah, we have this one first, this one second, this one has the glitched grill. Every time you,
Maybe you'd have better luck at a deal.
every time you get it, you'll notice it has, if the grill looks weird, it's because it's two different grill options that are applied at the same time visually. If I enter rim jobs, it fixes itself, as you can see. So it's unique because it's glitched, so I keep it. It's also unique because it's spawned with the black decal. You can also see this one has a red interior, that sort of thing. Yep. Moving along now, we have, here's the main Vegas that I spend way too much time on getting. There's that one. And then there's this one. This one, I'm not actually sure about if it spawned with the black lines, but I had this one, I got it, so what I decided to do was just put different customization options on it. Like this one has a spoiler and the white stripe, so it has 4 different colors. Gold, red, white, and black. I think it looks really nice like this. It's also got the different hood, and it's just a variation of the Cardinalis Vegas that I really like. I don't know which one it spawned with exactly. Maybe it did spawn with the white, and that's why I kept it. I don't know. But yeah, that's a double black. That's another double black. And then here in this block, essentially, they're kind of in like blocks. Like here's the glitch one, and it's separated by the double black Vegas essentially. So these are ones with red roofs and red interiors that I call double red. This one is just sort of my standard double red configuration that I like, with just parts that I like on them. This one, oh, that's a Cavallaro actually, not a Vegas. This one is similar but with different parts. This one is doesn't have a spoiler like some of them do. It also has that specific rim. It's the only one that has this specific rim. It's got a double red as well. I think it looks pretty nice as well. So those are the 2 double reds. Next up, you have this one, which is another double black, but this one's more of a muscle car-y one. It's got a different grill, it's got different rims, and it's got the muscle spoiler in the back, and also the bigger exhaust. So that's another double black that's kind of modified differently. If I scroll again, mash the freaking down arrow button very fast. Oh, get into that. Oh, this is the one we just had. Okay, so this one is there because it's the only one with like the flower decal, as you can see. It's also got the fender skirt as well there. And then this one is like a regular sort of muscle car-y version with a red roof and a gray interior. It's similar to this one, but this one has a red roof. And yeah, this one has a red roof and the white stripe, while this one has a black roof, black interior, and the black decal. And then finally you have this one over here, which is just another double black that I happen to get that I decided to keep, which also has these rims as well. And a bit more different customization options, because a lot of the rims in this game look cool and I couldn't decide which to have. Because I'm silly like that. And then you have the last 2 are 2 different silver ones. This one is a muscly silver one. This one has a red interior and a black roof, and as you can see, the black decal. And then both these have silver trim. Next up, we have the Hollywood, which I have over 20 of. What the frick? That's a literal third of the 64 limit. I'm actually going to deploy this one. I'm actually going to deploy this one because it's outside of the proper Hollywood section, so it's always accessible. But this one is generally, the gist is that it's sort of my favorite of all the Hollywoods because it's in the configuration I like most. I like the hot rod exhaust on the side. I like having no exhaust on the back because that's actually how vehicles look in Just Cause 1. We'll get to that. Yeah, so I like having the hot rod exhaust. I had to have it spawn like that, otherwise it would break. I'll show you that later. It has a license plate. I had to have that, otherwise it would break. Show you later. And then, obviously, as well, you have red primary color, black secondary color with a white interior. White wall tires as well, which match the interior. I think this car looks really freaking nice. It looks very nice. Nope. Next up, you have this. Nope. You have this Hollywood, which is similar to that one, except this one has different parts applied in certain cases. Like, for example, this one has a different grille. It doesn't have the trim on, like, the front fenders as well. And this one also, as you can obviously see, has a red interior instead of a white one. So these are both sort of, like, my favorite Hollywoods customized to my liking, sort of. But then they both have two different interiors, and then there's a couple variations in the parts as well. This one has the gold trim here on the front fender, and this one does not. This one has the regular front bumper with the grille. This one has the stylish one with the more gold lines. How very fun! Nope, let me up, please. Thank you. Nope, let me. Thank you. Let's park this up. Do you see why this is also my favorite rim jobs to be at? It's pretty nice. Anyway, next up we have these. Next up we have... I'm not going to deploy them all because then they'll despawn. Next up we have this one, which is of that similar configuration. It's got the red primary, black secondary. Got the nice exhaust. This one is also the only one with the lowrider rims and with this front bumper, because I think this front bumper looks kind of stupid, but I decided to get one that has it specifically because why not? And also this one has a red interior, which is nice. So that's it for those. Also, this one has a license plate. That's important. You'll see later. So those are the red primary. Oh yeah, also all those have gold trim, obviously. So that essentially bracket of those three are the ones with license plates, with black secondary, red primary, and with gold trim. That's the configuration. Next up, we have these three, which are red primary, red secondary, gold trim. These two, I think, are the exact same with a couple of different... Yeah, you notice this one has gold trim on the side, this one doesn't, because this one has the red interior and this one doesn't. This one has a white interior, this one has a red interior. This one is interesting, because this one is very similar as well, except this one has the red interior and also fender skirts, and also this one is broken, because this one has two different exhausts. You will notice there, it has an exhaust on the back and also the hot rod exhaust on the side. For some reason, there's a strange glitch that occurs in this game with the Hollywoods, where sometimes they'll just spawn with two different exhaust options applied. It's a glitch, and if I go in here and visit the car mechanic, the hot rod one disappears because the one that's actually applied is this one. That's the hot rod one. The one that's actually applied is this one. So yeah, this one's actually glitched. And that's part of why I keep it, because it's also, once again, another excuse to just have a convertible version, because convertibles do look nice sometimes. But yeah, as you can see, whenever I spawn it, I don't know how to fix it. It has two different exhaust options. And with that in mind, I had to roll for all these Hollywoods, essentially, and get them and pay attention to their exhaust options, and not get any that have the broken exhaust, which is very hilarious, because it took extremely long of a time to get. Like, all of these I had to put a lot of effort into in order to make sure that the exhausts weren't broken, or they had the hot rod exhaust applied already, and of course all that including gold trim that had to be rolled for, plus the interior color to be rolled for, but that's easier because red and white I think are the only ones that the Hollywood has for interior colors. There might be a yellow one that I rarely see. But yeah, then there's also obviously the main colors. This one has black secondary, red primary. This one is just all red. Next up, next section, is the red primary, white secondary. So this one... Actually, wait. So these are also very similar. Nope. These are also very similar. So these cars are almost the exact same, except one has a white interior, one has a red interior. This one and this one are also the exact same. This one has a white interior, goes with the white. This one has a red interior, goes with the red. So these have a couple different variations there. Then you have this one. This one's interesting because if you look closely and pay attention, the white on these are actually darker than the white on this one. So I kept this one specifically because it's an excuse to finally have one that doesn't have fins. And this one has a stock exhaust as well. So this one looks kind of more normalish, it's more stock, but it also has the brighter white color, which is really weird. I don't know why the secondary white on the Hollywood has like two different shades and one of which is brighter. But you can see, oh yeah, and then this one has a spare tire on the back. Oh, I should probably get into that now as well. This car perfectly spawned like this. This one, which has fender skirts and a spare tire, this car spawned this way, which is why I kept it. And something interesting about this game is that if a car... Well... No, let me back... Frick. I should get a bottle of water. Hang on. Alright, I'm back. I hope you enjoyed looking at this specific car. We'll get to that. What's this thing? Right, so... some of these have spare tires, some of these don't, which is interesting because this one, for example, did not spawn with a spare tire. And as a result, it actually has a license... It doesn't! Never mind! Plot twist, okay! Nice. Yeah, that's another variation that I actually can't change. That's kind of what a lot of this boils down to. It's having variations that I also can't personally change. Is that this one? This one doesn't have a license plate, really? Oh, yeah, I guess not. So the way it works is that, here, you just go in there. I'm gonna get the one that has the spare tire that we were on. It's not that one. It's this one. This one, by the way, I keep because, as I said, it spawned perfectly this way. I did not modify it in any way, which is nice. So you will notice that this car has a license plate on it. And if I bring it over in here and then I put a spare tire on it, like so, it now has two license plates. It has one on the spare tire itself and then one hiding back there on the actual trunk of the car. It has double license plates. But then you have a car like this, which spawned with a license plate, with a spare tire already, then the spare tire will have the license plate, but the trunk won't. And you will see that if I take the spare tire off, there's nothing back there. Interesting. So that's one of the variations I had to look out for. I had to watch out for the exhaust glitch and the spare tire while freaking getting all these cars. Oh man, it's so much effort for something so freaking inconsequential. I'm insane. That's who I am. I got the Black Hand Ballard. This is Child's Play. That's the type of person I am. I like to put in a lot of effort to get something inconsequential, because if I want it, then that means that I want it. And no one can stop me. Let's take that one off. And you'll notice this one light. So, if the Hollywood spawns with a spare tire, it will not have a license plate on the trunk, and if it spawns without one, it will have a license plate on the trunk, and that's kind of interesting for aesthetics. Because, yeah. And, with all that in mind... Because, like, sometimes I like to not have the license plate, and sometimes I like to do that, because the license plate is good, but actually not having it makes it look a little more like Just Cause 1, which I was thinking of a little bit. But here's the white one, here's the red and white section with gold trim. Next up we have these. These are red and black with gold trim that actually spawn without license plates. So these three are actually the exact same. These are completely identical, except this one is a convertible, this one adds the roof, this one adds the fins. So I'll look at this one, and I have three of these because they're in three different configurations. These ones are sort of meant to slightly resemble Just Cause 1 cars a little bit, because if you pay attention, hey, editing username here, cut to Just Cause 1 and I'll explain it. Oh, I just drove past the Street Bird Deluxe. Here we are in the beautiful... Is it still there? Did it despawn? Okay, despawning. Anyway, here we are in the beautiful, luxurious, lovely, amazing, incredible city of Espirito City. Here's the Street Bird Deluxe. In the original Just Cause 1, and to explain what I'm talking about, how those cars are all nods to these sorts of cars, is, so my car, could you, stop there for a second, please, and thank you, that'd be great. I would appreciate that greatly, sir. Thank you very much. So, welcome to Just Cause 1, and yes, so the funny thing with Just Cause 1 and the cartel vehicles in Just Cause 1, I know this one isn't strictly a cartel vehicle itself, is on the Conquistador, you have this sort of license plate frame, but no actual license plate, and then there's no exhaust tailpipes in any form. And then the Street Bird Deluxe here is the same way. There's no license plate anywhere, not even the semblance of a frame of it. It has fins as well, and there's no exhaust tailpipe, at least none modeled. Maybe there's one textured, but none modeled. And yeah, so let me go find a Cutler Randall Arrowhead as well. Maybe one will spawn. Otherwise, is that an ambulance? You know, sure, I feel like driving an ambulance. Why not? That's a relatively rare spawn. Nice to see. No. Oh, I need your vehicle. Thank you. Thank you, sir. Pardon me. Oh, don't run up against me and give me heat. He did it. Alright, well. Alright, hang on. I have to go find... This is an emergency. I have to go find a Cutler Randall Arrowhead, which I believe, if I'm not mistaken, is in fact... Hold on, let me just park up. not mistaken, I don't think I'll be able to do this because I'm in a city. Frick me. But if I'm not mistaken, though, I think this maybe is Gorilla 31. I think. And then that will probably have a Cutler Randall arrowhead in it. Which one is Gorilla 31? Is it this one? I don't remember which. I have a text document that says I have a Cutler Randall arrowhead in Rioja colors in Gorilla 31. The only problem is it's been so long since I played this game that I don't remember which one that is. But we gotta go there because, fun fact, and I think I say this later in the video, but I'm gonna say it here anyway. The Cutler Randall arrowhead and the Hollywood from Saints Row 1 are both based on the same vehicle. They are both based on the... Ooh, a little bit tail. Nice to see. They are both based on the 1957 Chevrolet Bel Air. So that's why I want to show the arrowhead most, because it has the same basis as Hollywood. But yeah, as you will probably expect, once we get there, you will find out that yes, in fact, it is true that vehicles in this game don't have license plates. Vehicles here in Just Cause 1 don't have license plates, and I've yet to see what... And I think there's some with modeled exhaust tailpipes, but I don't think this one does in particular. No, I don't see one there. Just bumped into a pole. That's good. That's cool. Yep. Yeah, so the point is, those vehicles, all those three vehicles that you just saw, here's a hearse dagger as well, which I like. Kind of reminds me of the Cavallaro a little bit. Could you just park, please? I want to look at your vehicle briefly, the back of it. Oh yeah, he's got like a license plate. Oh, those have, that was a model tailpipe. Okay, those have model tailpipes, alright. So yeah, but generally, like, most of the cartel vehicles in this game, those being the ones, most of the cartel vehicles in this game, those being the Cutler Randall Arrowhead, the Cutler Randall Conquistador, which is right there, and the Chevrolet Streetbird Deluxe. Those ones especially do not have model tailpipes, and they do not have, I think my gut, actually, which one is Gorilla 31? Yeah, they don't have model tailpipes. Some of them do. The hearse dagger does, but all of them don't really have license plates either. So with all that said, let me find out which one is Gorilla 31. Maybe I probably freaking don't have it unlocked. Well, that's unfortunate. I don't have it unlocked. I forget which one is Gorilla 31. Frick me. Frick. Alright, well. I think my gut is telling me that this is Gorilla 32, I believe, and there's the Agency Conquistador in there. That one's Rioja 8. That one's Gorilla 33, I believe. And this one's probably like Gorilla 35, maybe? That one's Gorilla 34, so that means this one is Gorilla 31? Alright, let's see if I'm right. Let's head over there. And in the meantime, yeah, essentially those three vehicles are just kind of there as nods and homages to this game, because one of them is a convertible. They all have no license plates and no exhaust tailpipes. More accurately, they have the hot rod exhaust so that it doesn't show an exhaust tailpipe on the back. And that, coupled with no license plate, because they all spawned with spare tires, means that the trunks are essentially completely blank, just like the Arrowhead, Streetbird Deluxe, and Conquistador in this game. And nice little nods to Just Cause 1 those are. On that note, pardon me, let me just go ahead. I've seen the Streetbird Deluxe, I've seen the Conquistador right there. There's a freaking MV, there's a taxi, for Cuda Tournament out here, yep. And still haven't seen Arrowhead, which is hilarious. Oh, no, that's a Baxter Petite, I think those are called. That's like more the equivalent of a Baron in Saints Row 1, and there are, of course, no Carnalis versions of the Baron. Can you imagine if there was a Carnalis version of the Baron? Which is unfortunately impossible to make, because the freaking Carnalis color is wrong for some stupid reason. But yeah, was that an arrowhead? Yeah, this is an arrowhead, alright. Nice. Okay, hold on. Sir, I need your vehicle, don't worry. Don't worry, you will be incredibly shocked. Am I getting shot up by the helicopter because of that? Frickin', yep, of course. That's fine. I'll just go back to like Rioja 7, and that'll be able to help me get rid of the any damage that this car incurs on the way. And I think you lose heat. I think you lose heat easier if you're in like a safe house or something. Saw that guy there. That's Rioja. This Rioja one's nice. Maybe they'll distract the police car that's behind me. That's a good idea. Or maybe I'll just hit him, being very careful. Oh, it's such high speed with so many things that frickin'. Welcome back to Just Cause 1. Welcome back to the trenches. All right, we got lost in the heat. We're good. Welcome back to the frickin' trenches. Lost the back window, but that's fine. Are you kidding? Hello? What the frick was that? Hello? What the frick was that? Did that guy just jump out of that vehicle? I think he did. Okay. Plows into my side at freaking 47 miles an hour. Gets out of car, despawns, refuses to elaborate further. despawns. Anyway, so yeah, here's the Cutler Randall Arrowhead, now that we've managed to grab this. And as you can clearly tell, it does resemble the Hollywood a little bit. Because of obviously, okay, it's got a little bit of damage. Don't worry, I'll fix that. There's nothing in here because I got rid of the, because I spawned here on this save file. Used the vehicle I was in here. Anyway, I love the garages work like this in this game. To be fair, if I want, well, actually, here we go. Yeah, so I kind of wanted to just make those 3 Hollywoods as nods to the cars in this game. You have the one that has no roof, which is a nod to the Conquistador. You have the one with no fins and a roof, which is a nod to this, the Chevrolet, the Cutler Randall Arrowhead, I mean. As you can clearly see, it does look a lot like the Hollywood because it's based on the same vehicle as the Hollywood. And on the back here, there is no exhaust tailpipe modeled, and there's no license plate. And then the final one up at the top of those 3, the one that I believe I am currently driving in the video at the moment, because this is like a week later, fun fact. I'm recording this part of the video. That one is a little bit more of a nod to the Chevrolet Street Bird Deluxe, because it has the fins. Point is, I really like Just Cause 1, I like Saints Row 1, and I like 50s cars. I like 50s Latin American cars. Don't mind him, he's just always watching. Anyway, yeah, back to Saints Row 1. Alright, and we are back. I hope editing username here. Cut over to Just Cause 1. As you saw, on the vehicles in Just Cause 1, they don't have any visible exhaust pipes on the back, nor do they have any license plates on the back. So that's kind of the point of me getting the hot rod exhaust a lot, and also making sure to not have spare tires on certain cars, because I decided I wanted to have, like, some Hollywoods with a license plate that fit more with the Saints Row 1 aesthetic, and then some without that fit a little bit more with, like, the Just Cause 1 aesthetic. Because I'm a little silly like that. Because, as I've said a lot, the Cardinales kind of feel like they could be part of Just Cause 1. Like, they wouldn't be too out of place if they were in Just Cause 1. And I think that's neat. In fact, the Hollywood and the Cutler Randall Arrowhead, both are based on the 1957 Chevrolet Bel Air. So they are, in a way, the same exact car. Which should be proof that, in essence, they really are kind of thematically the same thing. They're all Hispanic drug cartels. Just one of them is a little bit more American street, and the other one is literally in a Latin American country. Which is neat. I am so freaking silly and weird. But yeah, so the idea is that these 3 are like... This is what Cardinales cars in Saints Row 1 style would look like if they were in Just Cause 1, because they have the gold trim, red primary, black secondary, white interior. It's sort of like these resemble my favorite one, but they're also in like a Just Cause 1 version. So they resemble the Cutler Randall Arrowhead a little more specifically. This one has fins like the Street Bird Deluxe. This one doesn't, like the Arrowhead. And this one just doesn't have a roof like the Conquistador. That's sort of the idea. These are sort of like nods to the 3 cartel vehicles of Just Cause 1. And then next up we have the silver trim section. Ooh, this car... Is this the broken one? No, I think I got rid of the broken one. Right, there was another broken one that had 2 different exhausts, but I think I got rid of it. Unless it's this one. Oh, this one is the broken one, but I chose to just put this exhaust on it, because whatever. Because the hot rod exhaust looks cool, but it's nice to not have sometimes. Yeah. So this one is my favorite variation for the silver trim, red primary, white secondary variation. It's got combination option. It's got customization options I like. I think the red and the white work really well together with the silver trim and with the gold trim as well. Wait, let me just go back in here. Oh, I think there was a car I forgot to talk about as well. I'll get a couple of them out. Yeah, the one here above this one has a fender skirt and a spare tire. It's meant to be sort of like the black secondary version of this. These 2 are identical, so these are like those versions with a spare tire. And then this.
Maybe you'd have better luck at a dealer.
Thank you very much. Maybe I would. Yeah, so these have a couple different customization options applied. But generally, like, this is my red interior, red primary, white secondary, gold trim car here. And then this is the same thing except with silver trim. With a couple of different customization options. Which is nice. Like, that one has the hot rod exhaust. This one has the muscle exhaust, I believe. Just move that in there. Oh! Actually, that time the car got bonked, not me. Let's fix that. Yes, this one. I think this looks really nice, by the way. I think, like, Look how nice this looks. Look at that. That just looks really nice. Like, they all look nice, but this one looks really nice. This one, like, balances realism with being the gang car, essentially. Like, this one is amazing and really cool as well. This is my absolute favorite. But the gold trim is a little bit flashy and not realistic. So the other one sort of feels a bit more like a realistic grounded version. Point is, these both cars are theoretically possible combinations of cars that you could theoretically get to randomly roll that look exactly like this in Saints Row 1. But both of them just look so nice that I wanted both. This one is a little bit more realistic with the silver trim, got a very nice color scheme. This one has all four really nice colors, that being white, black, gold, and red. It looks really nice. I mean, freaking look at this, look at this thing. How can you possibly go wrong with a 1957 four-door sedan, in my personal opinion? Can you tell I like 50s cars? Can you tell I like classic cars, but also 50s cars a lot? I really like the Hollywood. Hollywood is nice. I'm very glad the Hollywood made it to the next games. Unfortunate that the Kevlar in Vegas did not, but at least we got the Hollywood in the future games. Oh, yeah, those are those. This is that one. Oh, these three are meant to, as closely as possible, resemble like the Cutler Randall Arrowhead. So that's why these ones have silver trim, the lowrider rims, the hot rod exhaust, and no license plate on the back. These are all three of those are identical, and these are meant to sort of be like all three of these are the same, and they're meant to sort of be this is what a Carnales vehicle would actually look like if it was in Just Cause 1. Because it's meant to resemble a vehicle from Just Cause 1 with the no license plate and the no exhaust tips on the back. That sort of thing. Also the no fins. The reason there's three of them is that so in case if I ever want to, I can put like fins on one for the Street Bird Deluxe tribute, have one that looks like that for the Arrowhead, and then just take the roof off one for the Conquistador. In fact, how about I just do that right now? Take this one because it's at the top. I'll put the fins on it because I really like the fins. I think fender skirts look really kind of freaking stupid sometimes. I would rather it be symmetrical and be on the front tire as well. But I really like fins. I think fins on cars do look pretty nice a lot of the time. Especially on 50s cars, obviously, because that's what they were meant for. I do think fins look really nice. And that's one of the reasons I like the Hollywood. You will notice that a lot of these cars do have the fins on them. That's because I really like the fins. But a couple of them don't have the fins for variation. I am such a silly person. Yeah, and here's the convertible version. So I guess my cunning, clever, ridiculous, weird plan is that these are like what Carnales vehicles would look like if they were in Just Cause 1. There'd be a version with fins, a version without, and then a version without a roof for the Conquistador, Arrowhead, and Street Bird Deluxe, respectively. And the last three Hollywoods, this one is just my customized version of the red and black color scheme, but with silver trim this time. This is the same thing, but with a white interior. There's a spare tire and fender skirts there in the back. And then finally, here's just one with a white interior of the red, silver trim, white interior configuration. That's the word that was escaping me. I had two of these, but then I decided to just have one, because if I want to change this to be a more sort of stock-ish version, then I could just take the fins off like that, and change the antenna to be the stock version up front like that, and then it would look like that. Nice. And by the way, I could have had the red interior as well, but I think I like the white interior more because it matches these white wall tires really nice. So that's why a lot of the ones that are my favorites also have the white interior, and the ones that aren't, like, that's why, like, the one up top here, which is my favorite, has the white interior, while as the one up top here has like the red interior, and it's sort of my secondary favorite because I like the white interior. And finally, the Betsy's, which I thankfully have very little of. Firstly, you have a Betsy in the configuration of white on top, red on bottom, gold trim with a white interior. Also, it's not glitched. There is a glitch with the Betsy that works similar to the Hollywood exhaust glitch, where two different customization options will display at the same time incorrectly. One of the ones that I have, I think, is broken, but I'm just not displaying any that would show that. Because, like, the way it works with the Hollywood, I will show you using the one that is broken, but also pseudo-broken. Pseudo-broken. Which I believe is this one. I believe it's this one, yes. So this one sort of favors the muscle exhaust. It's glitched and it favors the muscle exhaust. That's this one. The one with the 2 pipes on the back. So if I put the hot rod exhaust on it, like that, and then I get it back again, you will see it has the hot rod exhaust, but it still has the muscle exhaust on the back. So it's essentially the glitch is that cars will sort of favor one certain exhaust option or just have both outright. Sometimes I've seen them spawn like this in traffic. So in the case of this one specifically, it doesn't look broken because I just have it set to the muscle exhaust, but I can't change it because essentially the visual of the muscle exhaust is stuck in the car. So, whatever. That's why I have 22 of them, because only 2 are broken, and the rest are fine. Actually, the rest might be broken too, but they have just the exhaust options that I like on them, so I've not noticed. Anyway, so here's the Betsy in the configuration of, I said that already, it's also got the flashy rims, which look neat. This one is similar, but has the white wall tires instead, and the covered bed mod. It's customized a bit differently, because there's so many different fun options, why not have all of them? I think that one looks really nice. Also, I don't usually like the fender skirts, but I think it fits on the Betsy pretty nice. I think. Pretty sure. Those are those. And then this one has the red instead of the white red. This one has a black interior as well. This one has the bed mod as well. Flashy rims, that sort of thing. Everything is fancy in there. This one is similar, but it's similar to one of the Hollywoods in that... Oh, yeah. Got it. This one is similar, but it has the white wall tires instead, and it has the white interior as well to match, to boot. It's got the bed mod as well. So that one kind of matches up with the white interior red Hollywood, which I believe is this one. Yep.
Come by anytime.
So yeah, these 2 cars match up pretty nice. Look at that. Look at that. These are the Hollywood and Betsy, both of them the white interior red/red gold trim versions with the white wall tires. Yep, those are those. And then, we'll get to those. Wait. Oh, do I only have 2 of these? Oh, I only have 2 of those. I don't have like a normal pickup truck version. Like this one's a normal pickup truck, and this one has the covered bed mod. And then finally we have 3 with silver trim. And I'll do that one last. This one is the unique one that has the red on top, white on bottom configuration, which is actually really unique. It's got the black, because it's unique because I've only ever seen this spawn with silver trim. I've never seen this configuration with red on top spawn with gold trim, and that's after doing a lot of grinding, so I don't necessarily think it exists. This one is similar, but it's a pickup truck version. It's got the white wall tires as well as a white interior, red on top, white on bottom. It's a pickup truck version. It's very nice. Am I missing something? Oh, I'm missing this one, right? This one is a sort of normal-ish silver trim version because this one has a white interior, white on top, red on bottom, white wall tires, silver trim. This one is yet another configuration of the Betsy that I really like because it's similar to the first one, except it's got the silver trim and it looks really nice. This one kind of matches up with the Hollywood that I mentioned was kind of realistic as well. Which one was the one that was like, I said was realistic? Well, I mean, these ones kind of. Yeah, this one. That one kind of matches up with this one. This was the broken one. Yeah, nope. Yeah, this one kind of matches up with this one, too. It's really nice. Yeah, it's really nice. And also, hang on. Just put that one back. Let me get one of the Just Cause 1 resembling ones, because those ones have the white interior. Yeah, like, here's the, Hollywood, silver trim, red primary, white secondary, white interior. I have 3 of those. This one is red. These don't have the license plate though, so whatever, it's fine. I'll just take this one because it has the fins. This one matches up with the Betsy that freaking despawned. Of all 3 of the cars that could have despawned, it was the Betsy I was trying to showcase. Cool. It's very nice. This one. So yeah, these match up with that. I wonder if it's possible to take the license plate off the back, though. Because, like, if I wanted them to really match up, then yeah. Oh, yeah, it is. Alright, nice. Having a bumper is cooler, though. So yeah, these are like 2 pairs, essentially.
Out of my way. I have a business to run.
That was a little mean. So yeah, these are like 2 pairs, essentially. You have, these 2 are the gold trim red/red with white interior, which is very nice. And then over here are the sort of more realistic ones with white interior, white/red color schemes, the white wall tires, which match up with it. There goes that one. Yeah, I never did get a variation. Well, I mean, I did, but I chose to get rid of it because I was a little pressed for space. And also, I think it had a broken exhaust anyway.
Come by anytime.
I never did get a variation specifically for this sort of thing. What I'm about to do is going to break the integrity of the car, but that's fine for now. Let's go with shiny. I never did get a variation that looks like this, with the white wall tires, white interior, red and white color scheme, and license plate on the back. Never did get a configuration like this. Would have been nice to have one, but as you saw, I was a little bit pressed for time. Plus, I also do have 3 different white interior, red/white, silver trim color scheme Hollywoods, so that's fine, I suppose. It would really be nice to have this one, but whatever. I am kind of pressed for space. With all these vehicles in here, if you do the math and add them all up, that means I have, I believe, 2 slots left for more vehicles. And one of them, I already have a plan for what I want to use to occupy it. And the other one is just like the emergency spare in case I somehow get something really incredible. So yeah, I was a little bit pressed for space. Would have been really nice to have a configuration that looks like this, but I think it actually looks a little bit better with the red interior, honestly. I think. Yeah, I think this particular configuration has a little bit too much white on it. So I much prefer it with the red interior. Once again, this is breaking the integrity of the car, by the way. Yeah, I think it looks way better with the red interior. Yeah, that's way better with the red interior. Anyway, still the Betsy's, right? Yeah, so we got this one, the Betsy. That one I'll save for last. These 2 are the unique combination because I never saw in all that grinding that I did of just hanging out at Heat 5 for the Carnalis, just spamming, just refreshing the spawns for the vehicles. This one has a black interior, this one has a white interior, by the way, more variation. Of all of the configurations, I never did see this with the gold trim. So I think the red on top, white on bottom configuration specifically can only spawn with gold trim. And as you can clearly see, here's like a normal pickup truck version with the white wall tires, and here's one with the covered bed mod. And finally, after all that, let me just clean up everything out here at the front. Actually, I don't really have to. But I will. Nope. That was a mistake. That's fine. That should clear those both out.
Come by anytime.
Alright, nice. How was I saying? Right. Yeah, so I don't think those are necessarily proper or possible configurations. And for the final vehicle of all this entire collection, we have this specific Betsy, which has the white wall tires, black interior, and a red color scheme with the silver trim. This one is special because, like those specific Hollywoods that I mentioned, this one is sort of meant to resemble a little bit like the Hearst Buckaroo from Just Cause 1. Because the Hearst Buckaroo is all one color with a black interior, and the white wall tires are the closest to that. That one's meant to resemble the Hearst Buckaroo. And of the silver Hollywoods, yeah, this one... Yeah, these are essentially like the specific Carnalis Hollywoods, which are still authentic Carnalis Hollywoods that are sort of meant to resemble vehicles from Just Cause 1. I'm going to arrange them in a convoy because I'm silly like that. Yeah. So these are... That's the final Betsy, and those are specifically the ones that are sort of meant to resemble cars from Just Cause 1. Like most resemble, not the ones with the gold trim black secondary. Those are meant to slightly resemble. Those are meant to be like... if Carnalis vehicles were in Just Cause 1, these are if Just Cause 1 vehicles were used by the Carnalis, sort of. This freaking lineup. Yeah. Yeah, so these are my imagined idea of what Carnalis vehicles would look like if they were in like, the other ones are what would what would the Cardinalis look like if they were in Just Cause 1, and these are what would Cardinalis vehicles look like in Just Cause 1. This one's meant to resemble the Cutler Randall Arrowhead. This one's meant to resemble the Hearst Buckaroo because they are very similar vehicles. It's just missing the mounted gun on the roof, unfortunately. And this one is similar, but the fins make it resemble the Chevrolet Streetbird Deluxe slightly. So yeah, those are the Just Cause 1 style Cardinalis vehicles. And yeah, that's what I've been doing for freaking 2 months, and that's why I just pressed tab to open the map like it was Saints Row 2. Well done, idiot. Took a sip of my water. I honestly can't wait for this video to be over so I can just freaking guzzle that because I'm thirsty. Yeah, so that's why it's been about 2 months since I got this game, and I'm still on freaking abandoned storefront. Because I've just been freaking collecting Cardinalis vehicles. Because I'm hilarious. This is a side effect of the game having a vehicle customization mechanic that the AI and gangs actually use. It's nice, but it also meant that I did have to freaking spend a lot of time on it, but I think it was worth it because I'm very happy with this collection that I have. The only problem is if I decide to do the same thing for the Vice Kings and the Rollers, which I probably won't because they don't have nearly as many variations as the Cardinalis. I didn't notice that, by the way. If I wanted to do this with the Vice Kings and with the West Side Rollers as well, I think they have way less configurations. Like, obviously they have interior colors, but they don't have secondary colors necessarily. I think a couple of the Vice Kings vehicles do, but I think the Rollers vehicles are just always all blue, and they don't have any decals on them, and they usually just always have a black interior, or maybe a gray one, something like that. In fact, we're in Rollers territory. Let's just go find a Rollers vehicle and see what it looks like. Just any Rollers vehicle. Let me take my favorite Hollywood up at the top. That's why it's near the top. It's my favorite Hollywood of all of them. I mean, look at this thing. I really like it. I love how it has all 4 different colors. By the way, this is a great freaking color scheme for like a fantasy faction. If you ever have like a fantasy faction, having like a red and black primary with gold accents and white mixed in there as a tertiary color, incredible freaking color scheme. It's really nice. I like it. I'm not just saying that because I'm obsessed with the Soviet Union from Red Alert, from Command & Conquer, which uses a color scheme similar to this. It just looks really nice. Just freaking look at this thing. I love it. I really love it. It's so good. It's so good. And this one has the license plate, so it fits with the Saints Row 1 aesthetic a little more. And obviously no exhaust in the back, kind of as an homage to Just Cause 1. Having the hot rod exhaust on this Hollywood is honestly, like, in itself, an homage to Just Cause 1. Because as you saw earlier, Just Cause 1 classic cartel cars don't have license plates or exhausts on them, which is funny. Anyway. Sorry, I just took another sip of water. So yeah, that's what I've been doing for 2 months straight. That's why I haven't started the story. I've just been collecting Cardinalis vehicles. And I am very happy with the collection that I have. It's unfortunate that I just skimmed the top of the 64 vehicle garage limit, which kind of sucks. But on the bright side, there is a little bit of room for me to tone that down a little bit. Like if I really, really, really want to, I can get rid of one of the 2 FBI SUVs because they're the exact same. There's no real reason for me to have 2. I can get rid of that to grab an extra slot if I needed it. But yeah. I am still very happy with the collection that I've built up. And the only problem is that if I wanted to do the same thing with the Vice Kings or the Rollers, which is why we're driving out here, I would not be able to do that because I have, what, 2 vehicle slots left? That's not even enough to get one of every vehicle of the other gangs. So with the Vice Kings, it would be the Capshaw. I think in order of when they appear during Heat, it would be the Capshaw for Heat 2, Compton for Heat 3, Stiletto for Heat 4, and then the Zomka and NRG V8 for Heat 5. That's 5 vehicles. I only have 2 slots left. Those also have variations too. We're driving into Vice Kings territory, I'll show you as well. Like, they can have a lot of different combinations applied. They can have some customization. Yeah, here's one. Here's a Vice Kings Capshaw. Pardon me. Hey, you need to borrow this vehicle, please? Don't worry, I'll give it back, I promise. Don't worry, I'll give it back, I promise. Yeah, so here's a Vice Kings Capshaw. And as an example, what I'm talking about how the Vice Kings vehicles have way less freaking customization configurations. I think the Vice King's Capshaw, it doesn't have, like, the decals or the different rims, I don't think. It doesn't have sorry, I'm tripping over myself. So, the Heat 2 vehicle for the Cardenales is the Cavallaro. And that has, like, 10 different variations that I wanted. More if you count the rims that I didn't like. That has 6 different rim options it can spawn with. I, of course, made a vehicle for all of them. I, of course, got a vehicle for all of them. Most of them, that is. And then it also has both the Lowrider Lines decal and then the Flames decal. So that's already a lot of variation. The La Fuerza has something similar. The La Fuerza has something similar. Oh, those guys, I was confused on the minimap. Those guys look on the highway below. So those are a lot of variations. The La Fuerza has like 3 different decals. The decals actually got higher. The Vegas also has like 3 different decals it can spawn with. It's got the different color options as well, different rims. Then the Hollywood has, as you saw, like 47 different variations. It can have broken exhaust or not. It can have spare tire or not. It can have red primary always, but it can also have silver or gold trim. It can have whatever interior color. It can have pretty much any secondary color as well. That's all an insane amount. The Betsy's have like 4 different color schemes as well. Some of them, one of them only for silver trim, and some of them for gold and silver trim. And silver trim, which is incredibly silly. Like, all of this, I should point out, is unbelievably silly. No freaking person in their right mind would do what I did. They would just get one and call it a day. Here's another Vice King's Capshaw, which coincidentally looks the exact same as mine. Nice. Yeah, so these are like 2 different versions of the Vice King's Capshaw. As you can see, they are very similar because the Vice King's Capshaw has, and just the Vice King's vehicles in general, do have a lot fewer variations. There are a couple of color options for the Vice King's Capshaw. I'm going to a rim drops right now to show you. I have seen them spawn with different rims and with different rim colors. This one has black rims, for example. I've seen them with yellow rims, though. And but besides that, the Vice King's Capshaw has way less variations, and the Vice King's Compton also has way less variations. I don't know if it can spawn with fins, but maybe with fins. It's got a couple different interior colors, but it generally has the same decals every time, and it has the same colors every time. There's no like color variations. The Stiletto, I believe, is the same. I think it's always gold trim for the Stiletto. Maybe always gold trim. Also can be a convertible or not. You can just put the roof on it, that sort of thing. And then I actually honestly don't know about the Energy V8. Well, the Energy V8 has a lot of customization options as well, but not a lot of like unchangeable color variations, that sort of thing. And the Zomka, I believe, just has similar rim options. Yes, here's a Vice King's Capshaw. Oh, this one has the spinners on it. Okay, lights, whatever colors, body color. That one's the top, that one's the middle. Yeah, I've seen Vice King's Capshaws spawn with yellow on the bottom as well, like this. In fact, let's see if this Vice King's color that they give you is accurate while we're here. That look accurate to you? Well, that looks right. That one looks correct. Actually, here, let's see. Let's see if that one's correct, unlike the Cardenales one. Is this correct? Well, it didn't appear to change that much, so it's probably correct. And yeah, so there's that. The rims. I've seen the rims also have the Vice King's yellow, I believe. Wait, did it? Or was it gold? I don't know. Either way, I've seen it with colored rims that aren't black. And the rim options, I've seen it with, like, these rims. If I were to ever get a Vice King's Capshaw, I would want these rims because I like the Pentagon. Because I made a Fantasy Nation whose flag has a Pentagon on it. It's literally the only reason. I'm a very strange person. Yes, that's the Vice Kings. And then for the rollers, which we were trying to find a vehicle for, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, the rollers have way freaking fewer variations than the Cardenales, because the rollers are essentially just flat, dark blue vehicles all the time with no decals. The only variations are on, like, the parts, which you can change in rim jobs. And that's kind of the point and the reason why I did all this insane, ridiculous, stupid grinding, is because I wanted these vehicles in variations that I preferred. I wanted a lot of the variations that I liked, not just one and call it a day. And so I did that, but I had to grind for them in order to get the color options right, because the color options you can't change for the Carnalis vehicles because the Carnalis red that they give you to set vehicles as is wrong. But it looks like the Vice King's yellow is right, so that's good. Maybe the Roller's blue is right as well, which is nice. And but yeah, so that's what I did there. And for the Rollers, odds are if I were to do this same thing for the Rollers, chances are I would just get maybe like 2 of every vehicle, and then just give them different options, pretty much. Although I do know for a fact that the Ricochet, that's not a Ricochet, that would have been great if it was a Ricochet. I do believe for a fact that the Ricochet, the Roller's Ricochet, does have like a decal option on it. But besides that, I do fully believe that the Roller's vehicles are generally just all the same color with various customization options. So just, you know, get one, don't touch the color options when you go to rim jobs, but you can change to whatever, I guess, body mods you like. Except for, I'm sure there's a couple that aren't applicable. Like, for example, of all the rims that are available for the Cavallaro, I think the beater basic ones are not used by the Carnalis Cavallaro. There's a couple more examples of that escape me right now, unfortunately. And can we find any Rollers vehicle, please? That would be fantastic. Literally any Rollers vehicle. There's Rollers right there. I don't want to shoot them because if I reload the save, then we're going to be back. Actually, I have a stupid idea. Oh, spotted something on the mini-map down there. Is it a Rollers vehicle? It's on the highway above me, actually. Okay. Is this a Rollers vehicle? Or is this a police car? It's a Rollers Vauxhall. Nice. Okay. Oh, pardon me. Nope. Pardon me. Sir, I need your vehicle. Sir, I require your vehicle. Here, we're going to do a trade. We're going to do a trade. Take my capture off. I need to borrow this. Nice. Appreciate it. No music, please. Yes, this is a Rollers Vauxhall. And I'm actually closer to the rim job over here. In fact, I think I was next to it. There's a Quasar over there. Yes, this one I believe. I haven't looked at, like, Rollers Vauxhalls enough to know about all the variations. But the overall point that I'm trying to get at is that, coincidentally, the Carnalis, which are my favorite gang, which I decided to get, like, 50 vehicles for, also have the most variations, which is why I got so many. Because they have the decals for pretty much every car except the ends, except the high-end Heat 5 ones, and those have all the different color scheme possibilities, which you can't make in rim jobs because the Carnalis red is wrong. They also have all the different interiors. They have the different rims, all the different parts. There's the exhaust glitch for the Hollywood. There's the bed mod glitch for the Betsy. There's the Vegas grill glitch, which I talked about. There's all the different decals for that. The point is, there are a massive amount of combinations for the Carnalis, but there's way fewer for the Vice Kings, and I believe for the Rollers, there's also probably very little as well. In fact, there might not be any for the Rollers, honestly. Oh, look, it's Lynn's car. Nice. Yeah, I think the Rollers do just generally have the flat blue all the time. That's, is this correct as well? I'm curious. Alright, looks like the Rollers blue is correct. Yeah, that is weird. It's weird, because that was in the original. This isn't like the emulator doing that. That was true of the Xbox 360 version. Because I remember that back when I was a kid playing this game for the first time. The Rollers and Vice Kings colors that they give you are correct, but the Carnalis one isn't. And it's weird. It's brighter and like more tomatoey. It's like a unripe tomato, a really bright, not quite ripe tomato. It's really weird. And for the trim, there's like this sort of chrome black. There's the black there, window tint, whatever. Body mods, some grills and stuff. Bumpers, hoods. Probably get rid of this hood. Some of these are probably, yeah. Can the Rollers? Yeah, I think the Rollers Vauxhall can spawn without roof. This one happened to spawn with the sport roof. They also spoilers, exhaust, decal. Wait, decal? Oh, these are just like flames. Okay. Rollers vehicles do not have those. All right, and the wheels. Nope. Yeah. All right, so. Yes, with all of that said and done, I appear to be witnessing a firefight over there. That's neat. Here comes some reinforcements for the police. Pardon me. Anyway, so yeah, with all that said and done, that should be the end of the video, because otherwise, this is just me rambling about something freaking stupid and ineffectual, and inconsequential is a better word. This is one of those things that prevents me from, like, playing username here plays games on games that I like most, because I would just do these stupid, ridiculous, obsessive things. Thank you so much, Julia. I believe that was Julia, right? One of the Hitman targets? Yes. That was the Julia model. Nice. Yeah, so that's one of the reasons I wouldn't do like a username here plays games on a lot of stuff, because I would just do these stupid things. However, to be fair though, I would say that possibly if I were to do one on this game, for example, I've already done this on this, my main save, so I don't have to do it again for like the username here plays game save. But I still would probably want to get a police car that has 17 on it to use during that playthrough. Anyway, with all that dumb, stupid, freaking idiocy in mind, and all that said and done, that is my vehicle collection as of late, ladies and gentlemen. That's my massive Cardinales vehicle collection that I've amassed in the past 2 months. That's why I'm still at the beginning of the game after 2 months worth of playing this. And there's also the law enforcement vehicles at the beginning. No quota, by the way, because I just kind of didn't want the quota for some reason. I just kind of didn't want it. I got one, I owned it, and I just felt like I didn't feel like owning it. I didn't really care for it, so I got rid of it and freed up a slot. Yeah, so that's my Cardinales vehicle collection. It would be nice to get the fleet of Vice Kings vehicles as well, but then I would have to freaking repeat the process probably, and also learn about them. Like, I should point out as well that when I got the Cardinales Hollywoods, I did not know about the exhaust glitch. So most of the Hollywoods that I had initially had broken exhausts. But once I figured that out, then I went back and got the second batch of Hollywoods, and those ones were fine because I was paying attention and only saved the ones that I knew were not broken. There's another Rollers vehicle, by the way. Why not grab that? Why not? Because it's here. See what we got. Pardon me. Oh, pardon me. Hello, I require this. Thank you, sir. Appreciate it. He doesn't mind. He doesn't care. He'll stop in a second. He's fine. He's done. He's cool. I honked. It sounded weird because my honk button is control, and if I press it too fast, I'm gonna lock out my keyboard. Long story. Just the Rollers Zemos. Anyway, that should be enough of all that. That's my Cardinales vehicle collection. That's my mini law enforcement vehicle collection at the beginning as well, because those are my favorites. And that's my Cardinales vehicle collection, which is very nice to have due to the fact that the Cardinales, as I've made abundantly clear, feel like they fit with Just Cause 1. They would not be out of place in Just Cause 1. They're my favorite gang in the entire Saints Row franchise because they feel like a Just Cause gang. They feel like a Just Cause 1 cartel. They feel like the Riojas or the Montanas, except red, which is very nice. But yeah, that, overall, all of that, I've tried to essentially close this video like 3 times. This one is the final one, I promise. After all of that, I would love to do the same thing for the Vice Kings and for the Rollers, but I would have to learn all the different quirks of the Rollers and Vice Kings vehicles. I would also have to farm killing them at all the heat levels, because I would have a situation where I get up to heat 5, I get a bunch of, say, NRG V8s, and then I stop the heat 5 because my garage is full, and then I customize them all, and then I delete the ones that I don't want, and then repeat to start getting the Zomka. Or actually vice versa, because I would order them in reverse, because like the four-person sedan essentially is like the main Heat 5 vehicle in my brain, and then the heavier one, that being the Betsy, Quasar, and Energy V8 respectively, should come after, and all that. But, yeah, I would have to do all that again. I would have to learn all the quirks again. Like, for example, the Hollywood exhaust glitch, or the fact that the Vegas has that little weird black line on the C-pillar if it spawns with the black lines decal but a red roof. All those little things about these cars I would have to learn, and then get like a fleet of Vice Kings and Rollers vehicles, and then narrow those all down to the ones I like, essentially. It would be way too much effort. I already did it for one of the gangs. I'm not going to do it for one of the other gangs, especially because I don't have room for all 3 collections. And with all that in mind, I'm so sorry. That's why I got this game working like 2 months ago, and I'm still at the beginning of the game. So with all of that said and done, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope to see you in the next one, but what I hope more is for each and every one of you to have the best day, morning, evening, night, or afternoon that you possibly can. Well, there is one thing that I thought. I have considered going through the Carnalis campaign with this Carnalis vehicle collection, because obviously it's not complete. It doesn't have the unique Carnalis vehicles like Victor's Bulldog and Angelo's Gunslinger, for example. I may consider finishing the Carnalis campaign, and then once that's all done, narrowing the collection down to maybe a couple versions of each car before I do the rest of the gang, so that I can actually get collections of those cars as well. And then essentially just end the game with a small block of the law enforcement vehicles, including the interests, and then a big Carnalis block of vehicles, and then a Vice Kings block of vehicles, because I'm probably going to do Vice Kings second, and then a Rollers block for third, because I'm probably going to do the Rollers last. So, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope to see you in the next one, but I hope more is for each and every one of you to have the best day, morning, evening, night, or afternoon that you possibly can, and also not fight the Carnalis at Heat 5 for like freaking 3 months straight, or 2 months straight. Thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you in the next one.